مرحبا بك في الإنجليزية مع حسن 1 و2، وجهتك لتعلم اللغة الإنجليزية بكل سهولة وثقة. سواء كنت مبتدئا أو تبحث عن تطوير مهاراتك، نحن هنا لنساعدك في تحقيق أهدافك. تعلم القواعد، الكلمات الجديدة، وأسرار النطق الصحيح بأسلوب بسيط وممتع. مع الإنجليزية مع حسن 1 و2، اللغة الإنجليزية أصبحت أقرب إليك. انضم إلى مجتمعنا اليوم، وابدأ رحلتك لتحدث الإنجليزية بثقة وإبداع. اشترك الآن، اشتراكك يعني لنا الكثير، وكن جزءا من التغيير.
So here I'm going to give you the example of regular verb play. In the past is played. So to remind you that the verb in the past simple doesn't change with all pronouns. I played, you played, he played, she played, it played, we played, you played, they played. So you should know that one form is with all subject pronouns. Let's continue. My brother cleaned his room on Saturday morning. So all the verbs that have ed, so they are regular verbs in the past simple. So I'm not going to explain. I'm going just to read sentences. We have many sentences for you to practice them and to know regular verbs. And if you want, you can take a paper and write all the verbs of this video to know them, that they are regular verbs. My brother cleaned his room on Saturday morning. My brother cleaned his room on Saturday morning. Let's go to the next slide. My friends played a game of chess yesterday. My friends played a game of chess yesterday. Let's continue. My family visited a museum in the city last Saturday. My family visited a museum in the city last Saturday. Let's go to the next slide. They visited the zoo with their kids last Sunday. They visited the zoo with their kids last Sunday. Let's continue. He visited his teacher at the weekend. He visited his teacher at the weekend. Let's continue. My class visited the zoo last week. My class visited the zoo last week. Let's continue. She visited her grandparents last weekend. She visited her grandparents last weekend. He visited his grandparents last Sunday. He visited his grandparents last Sunday. Let's go to the next slide. They visited their grandparents over the weekend. They visited their grandparents over the weekend. Let's go to the next slide. They visited Paris last summer. They visited Paris last summer. She visited the museum last Saturday. She visited the museum last Saturday. Let's continue. He visited his parents over the holidays last year. He visited his parents over the holidays last year. Let's continue. He visited his parents over the holidays last year. I visited my friend in the hospital last Friday. I visited my friend in the hospital last Friday. Let's continue. My father listened to music on the radio last night. My father listened to music on the radio last night. Let's continue. My friend hiked to the top of the mountain. my friend hiked to the top of the mountain. Let's continue. My sister learned how to ride a bike last month. My sister learned how to ride a bike last month. Let's go to the next slide. My teacher watched the football game on TV yesterday. My teacher watched the football game or match on TV yesterday. Let's continue. My mother cooked breakfast for the whole family. My mother cooked breakfast for the whole family. Let's continue. They danced at the party last night. They danced at the party last night. Let's continue. I studied for the exam of English all night. I studied for the exam of English last night or all night. Let's continue. Lubna cooked dinner for her family. Lubna cooked dinner for her family. Let's go to the next slide. George watched a movie last night. George watched a movie last night. Let's go to the next slide. Tom played soccer last Saturday. Soccer means American football. Tom played soccer last Saturday. Let's continue. The train arrived 5 minutes ago. The train arrived 5 minutes ago. Let's continue. Nancy walked to school yesterday. Nancy walked to school yesterday. Let's continue. My family and I watched the fireworks on the 10th of May. My family and I watched the fireworks on the 10th of May. Let's continue. My family and I watched the fireworks on the 10th of May.
شكرا لمشاهدتكم. إذا استفدتم من هذا الفيديو وأعجبكم المحتوى، لا تنسوا الضغط على زر الإعجاب لدعمنا. مشاركة الفيديو مع عائلتكم وأقاربكم وأصدقائكم لتعم الفائدة. اشتركوا الآن لأن اشتراككم يعني لنا الكثير، وفعلوا جرس التنبيهات لتصلكم أحدث الدروس فور نشرها. مع الإنجليزية مع حسن 1 و2، طريقكم إلى الإنجليزية أسهل وأمتع لكم ولمن تحبون. نراكم في الفيديو القادم بإذن الله. كأنك تدرس في مدرسة، معهد، كلية أو جامعة خاصة. على قناتنا نقدم لك محتوى تعليمي مميز ومبسط يساعدك على تحقيق أهدافك الأكاديمية والمهنية بأسلوب مبتكر وفعال. أراكم قريبا بإذن الله في رحلتنا نحو النجاح والتفوق.